she asked, what will I do with my one part, with my one left, which is create the deed.
Oh,
So
okay.
I will,
Okay.
I will connect, yes.
Okay.
But this is going to go with
Okay.
There.
sing it 3 times. Dance in circles. But she just does it 3 times.
Is the first one here?
If I have only 2 hands, what will I build? Who will I hold? What will I reach for? What will I touch and then let go? What will I do? What will I do with these 2 hands, this one life? What will you do? What will you do? How will you shine your If I have only one voice, what will I say? What song will I sing? Will I choose my words with care? Will I mean what I say and say what I mean? What will I do? With this one voice, this one life, what will you do? What will you do? If I have only one heart, who will I love? How much will I give away? Will I take down my armor? Can I be brave and let love lead the way? What will I do? What will I do with this one heart, this one life? What will you do? What will you do? How will you shine your light? How will you shine your light? How will you shine your light? What will you do? What will you do?
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our multi-platform worship service, the first service after Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for being with us today. I am Shay Dively, the intern minister, and I use she, her pronouns, and it is my honor to be participating in this service today together with Elizabeth Ann, our religious educator, Joshua, Linda, and Bruce, who will be sharing stories of their lives, their wild and precious lives, and sharing their gifts with us. And a big thank you to Mike Foy, running our AV Tech today. We have a couple small announcements before we begin. Please silence any cell phones so that we may all be as present as possible in this time and space. Restrooms are located at the rear of the sanctuary, and then you go down the stairs to the right, or you can take the mechanical lift that's to the left. And if you need any help, an usher will be happy to guide you to where you need to go. We are streaming live, and if you are joining us online, you can choose to toggle on the closed captions by clicking the CC button on the bottom of your Zoom screen. Childcare is available for infants and toddlers and older children, and they'll be meeting in Hale Lounge, and I hear there's an awesome story for today. Let's take a breath together. This is a UU congregation, which means we are people of many differences, different faith traditions, different racial identities, different gender expressions, and all of the different ways of moving in and showing up in the world. And we are people who make covenant promises to act together with love for transformation and healing. We meet in a universalist sanctuary, which means that everyone is included in our beautiful tapestry of diversity and divine love. And we know that we are made more whole by your choice to add your presence today. We've been waiting for you to bring all of your beautiful self here, and we honor that gift. We are building UU Mount Airy into a beloved community by embracing all souls and nurturing wholeness. And we are in the process of becoming more whole, thanks to you and your presence here. And for that, again, we are truly grateful. May this be the place where you come to be your whole self. May this loving community help you speak your doubts and welcome your questions. May you find transformation and healing. May you leave this place changed for the better, and may you change this place, leaving it better. May our gratitude and these intentions be guiding lights for us this morning. In UU congregations, we light a chalice to celebrate our coming together in love, to mark the sacred spaces and time of our community, and invite the Spirit into our lives. We invite you to light a candle wherever you are today, and please read along with me if you feel moved to do so, as we light our chalice with words from Reverend Betts Weinecke. May this flame, symbol of transformation since time began, fire our curiosity, strengthen our wills, and sustain our courage as we seek what is good within and around us. The theme of today's service, Wild and Precious Lives Well Lived, is an annual tradition at UU's of Mount Airy. Our former minister, Kathy Ellis, introduced it in her first year with us, and it's one of the congregation's favorites. This morning, staff and members of the congregation will answer the question posed by Mary Oliver. What is it you intend to do with your one wild and precious life? Today, after each member's reflection, we'll offer a musical response. After each reflection is shared, we will sing a responsive hymn to express our gratitude and to lift up and celebrate the sharer. The words for this sung response will appear on the screen after they speak. Let's lean into this sacred journey together by hearing Mary Oliver recite her inspirational poem, The Summer Day.
Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
Our opening hymn is number 38, Morning Has Broken. Please sing along at home as loud as you please. And here in the sanctuary, please rise in body or spirit as we sing this hymn together.
Morning has broken like the first morning, black springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rains you fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first you fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where God's feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the warning, born of the one light, even so plain. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day.
Always nice to be led by the music director in the video. I appreciate that. Part of our being a community is learning to share the authentic and vulnerable parts of ourselves with others, to see and be seen, to know and be known. We make space today for that sharing, all of which helps to build this congregation into beloved community. We invite you to share what's going on in your life, to name your feelings and the people on your heart in need of prayer, good energy, best wishes, and other help. We invite you to get into your body and investigate what emotions you're experiencing, to share them as you feel called so we can help one another hold our joys, our grief, our in-between feelings. We build community by celebrating our good things, mourning our troubles, taking risks, and listening deeply. For online sharing, we invite you who are on Zoom to share what you're feeling this week and to lift up the names of those about whom you are thinking of in the chat. For those watching us on live stream or after Sunday morning, you can reach Reverend McKinley via email, minister@uumountairy.org. And for those in our sanctuary, we ask that you come up one at a time by the side aisle to pick up a stone or stones from the basket, infuse or charge it with your joy or sorrow or prayer, and place it in the bowl of water where its energy will ripple out to be held by all of us. This morning, we invite you to take a moment to witness how your stone nestles next to the stones of others, and how all are surrounded by the water that symbolizes our community's shared grief and joy. If you'd like to share something important on your heart, please speak into this microphone, which I'll move down below. And be mindful that we are broadcasting to the internet, so it'll be out there in the world for others to hold and support if that's what you choose to have happen. All are welcome to participate in any of these ways, and for those who have gathered virtually, Elizabeth Ann will add stones on your behalf. The shared table is now open.
My name is Bruce. I'm lifting up David Perry, who used to be a member here, whose father just passed away recently. Feeling for him at Thanksgiving time. And Jamie has found someone that he's very struck with, and we're very happy for both him and Savannah.
Hi, my name is Linda. I'm married to Bruce. Jamie is our son. In our driveway, there's a used electric vehicle charging up. We just traded in and getting used to the new plug-in, it's called.
Good morning, I'm Annabelle Groda. Harold and I are back here in person. It feels so good to be here in person again. Bye.
Good morning, I'm Jill. I'm thinking about my big brother Lee, who would have been 70 on Thanksgiving. November 23rd was his birthday. It fell on Thanksgiving this year. He passed actually many years ago at this point. It's hard to believe. Hard to believe that he would have been 70, my big brother. He was born on a Thanksgiving, and I always remember my mother saying that she remembered the turkey napkins. So that makes me smile, and remembering him.
Good morning. I had a very interesting week. You know, a lot of things happened. Sitting there working, blowing money, working these contracting jobs, hearing a whole bunch of interesting stories. I'm not too sure if you guys heard, but they stopped the funding in my school. So no more I have to find a new school, so I will let you know when I get back into college. So I will let you guys know they stopped the whole funding. That is such a false expectation. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Like, they just stopped it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jane Halting, and I would just like to lift up my cousin Carol in Minneapolis, who is still not well from a stroke, and it's just a long, slow decline, but she would so love to have celebrated Thanksgiving with family and so on. So that's one thing. And the other thing is just the fullness of heart of the hostages being released back to families, and just this sort of huge, vast, deep, complicated feelings that are happening with all that. And I just would like us to be present with that too. So.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me? Oh, I'm Levin. About 2 weeks ago, I started getting these phone calls, and they said they were from Medicare, and they were calling about a back problem, and they said that my doctor had referred them, and it didn't sound right, so I called Medicare, and they said, well, we don't do things like that. So they kept calling, and I finally had to say, I know what you're doing, stop this nonsense, or I'm going to call the police. And they really did stop. So I would suggest if you get any kind of suspicious phone calls, don't accept them and call Medicare. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
I am Caroline. I haven't been here maybe 5 years. This is my third time here. And I brought my friend Rachel and her son Gabe. They just moved to the area and they were looking for a congregation. And I thought this would be a nice fit for them.
I'm Sandy Fulton. I'm a member here, have been for a long time. And that drop was for my 3 people, my family out in California. They seem to be doing fine. My granddaughter is enjoying her junior year in college. And I wanted to say I'm really crazy about this poem that we're celebrating today. And what did I do with my crazy life? When I was 21 years old, I was the first woman to test the spacesuit that United States uses. And I went through what was something like the NASA training. NASA wasn't even formed yet. And I flunked. because I landed my link trainer 20 feet underground. And I was so embarrassed. I went out and I took flight training at a private place and learned, and at least I got to solo. But you don't solo very comfortably in Southern California because of the smog, so I quit that too.
Morning, everyone. I'm Emily. My husband, Peter, my kids are there. And I just wanted to share that my cousin's husband, Bobby, he received a heart and kidney transplant, but he appeared on the brink of death many times, in and out of the ICU for 8 months. And he just got transferred recently to rehab and is apparently coming home in a couple weeks. And it really feels like a miracle.
Good morning. My name is Tim Steyer, and I was sad again last week. Another Philadelphia jazz artist, Larry McKenna, passed away. Many of you may remember Larry played here a couple times. He played here for Jazz Appreciation Month in 2016. I knew him personally. He was one of the most amazing people you could meet. And I believe, Jill, you studied underneath him? Jill, you studied under Larry?
I didn't, but he was a dear friend and the biggest loss to me as a Philadelphia musician.
Yeah.
Read about it. Played gigs with Williams often.
Hi, I'm Jill. Not that Jill, this Jill. JYL. That was for my kitty cat, Winnie. She's been wheezing for, I don't know how long. I took her to the doctor a couple times. So I'm still trying. I don't want to put her down. She's 15, almost 16 years old. But I hear that cats live until they're like 20, 21 now. So I'm hoping.
We are full of joys and sorrows this morning. I'm happy to hear. My name is Kathy, and my mother, Ginny McCoubry, died 2 weeks ago. She described herself as a Unitarian humanist, so I hold her in my heart. And I just want to express my gratitude for all the ways that this congregation reached out to me in the past month. So thank you.
I put a stone in for our music director, Holly, who is recuperating from COVID.
And I'm going to ask Elizabeth Ann to add one more stone for all those joys and sorrows that have not been spoken, but rest in the quiet of our heart. Thank you. So much sorrow and happiness and conflicted feelings about the ways that we as human beings are moving in the world. Let's take a moment to lift up a prayer. Spirit of life, divine known by many names and no name, in this sacred hour, we lift up the moments that burden our hearts and the joys that lift our spirits. In this sacred hour, we experience how life holds all that is, all that was, and all that has yet to be, and how the love of this beloved community holds us, nurtures us, celebrates and sustains us now and beyond. Blessed be, and amen. Let us join in singing the hymn number 391, Voice Still and Small. You may remain seated as we sing this.
Voice still and small, deep inside all, I hear you call, singing. In dark and rain, sorrow and pain, still you remain, singing. Calming my fears, quenching my tears, through all the years, singing. Voice still and small, deep inside all, I hear you call, singing. In dark and rain, sorrow and pain, still you remain, singing. Calming my fears, quenching my tears, through all the years, singing.
One of the ways that we can become inspired to be our fullest selves and to live our fullest lives is hearing how folks that we love, folks that we admire, are living their precious lives, wild and precious lives. So today we're going to lean into the stories that others gift to us, and after they finish sharing, we're going to lift them up by singing the responsive hymn which will appear up on the screen. And our first speaker is Elizabeth Ann.
Good morning, beloveds. My name is Elizabeth Ann Terry. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I am your Director of Religious Exploration. the question I got asked when I was very small was, what do you want to be when you grow up, Elizabeth Ann? You know, that question has 1,000 answers and no answer at all. Answers that change over time and morph into something else. Although as a child, I didn't understand that my answers to that question were a promise that I was writing on my soul and a pilgrimage to my true self. The spirit of the universe has always been with me, my whole life. And my life's pilgrimage has been a journey of developing my spiritual practices so that I could better use my GPS, my goodness positioning system, to stay on the journey to me. My alignment with the Spirit always sends me in the right direction to achieve mind-body-spirit integration, even if sometimes, in the moment, the journey doesn't make any sense, and I resist the loving guidance. What do you want to be when you grow up, Elizabeth Ann? One of my childhood heroes was Dag Hammarskjöld. He was the second Secretary General of the United Nations, serving from 1953 until his death in a plane crash in 1961. He was on a mission to the Congo. A quote attributed to him is, "What you must dare is to be yourself." His steadfast striving for international peace made an impression on my young mind. I wanted to be like Dag, Secretary General of the United Nations, working for peace. What do you want to be when you grow up, Elizabeth Ann? Fannie Lou Hamer, Vice Chair of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, spoke truth to power about racism, voting rights, and the Jim Crow South. Learning about her speaking at the 1964 Democratic National Convention, wow! I think I read about it in the Pittsburgh Courier, a black newspaper that we got in my home. Her amazing clarity about justice and power rocked my world. She is probably best known for saying, "I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired." But she also said, nobody is free until everybody is free. Can I get an amen? Amen. Woo! I wanted to be like Fannie Lou, working for justice for everyone. What do you want to be when you grow up, Elizabeth Ann? Through a previous job, I was blessed to be in the presence of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. His serene joy was so soothing. It was just a short moment, and I was on fire with the possibilities of a peaceful, joyous life for me and others. I wanted to find that inner peace. A quote from the Dalai Lama: "I love smiles and laughter. If one wants more smiles in one's life, one must create the right conditions for it." I want to be more like His Holiness the Dalai Lama, spreading joy and laughter. Yesterday, I was with a dear friend, and I met some new folks through him at a coffee shop. You know, the small world Philly thing. When I was asked about my career, my answer in part was, I am a Unitarian, Universalist, religious, and spiritual teacher and companion, helping people find connections to each other and their communities. Thank you, Dag Hammarskjöld, Fannie Lou Hamer, and the Dalai Lama, and many others for helping me to stay on that pilgrimage. The pilgrimage to me, striving for peace, justice, and joy, not just for me, but for all of us as we build the beloved community. So what do I want to be when I grow up? I am grateful at 71 years old to still be on that journey to self, and grateful that more is always being revealed. I am so blessed that my pilgrimage of the Spirit has brought me to y'all.
And me and gently serenade the stars. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing away the light and gently serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing away the light and gently serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. One more time.
Thank you, Elizabeth Ann. And are we doing yes, religious exploration for all those kiddos who would like to go with Elizabeth Ann and Lena and Jill? Please come up. And Mr. Len, please come on up and head on out. And now Joshua's also going to share.
Just a minute, Josh. As you leave this space, know that you belong. Know that you are not alone. Know that you are loved. As you leave this space, know that you belong. Know that you are not alone. Know that you are loved.
Good morning, everyone. When I was a young boy, one day, out of nowhere, I decided that I wanted to grow an unnatural relationship with the four-wheeled lumps of metal known as cars. I don't even know what age I was when I started to have a passion for them, or how I even grew to love them in the first place. I just sort of fell into place that way. My only major guess is that when I watched the movie Cars for the first time, sometime between 2013 and 15, I must have been so invigorated by the bright, sentient cars moving on the screen, but just a simple movie. It is that simple movie, I believe, would start a love that would last for many years, till today even. So when considering my future goals in life, and what my hopes and dreams are, I believe that I would like to apply my fierce love of cars into something positive. So I always considered being an automotive engineer in some part of my life, as I always loved to tinker with certain objects. This is where I got the nickname Engineer Josh in the family, especially from my grandfather. I also love technology, however, I'm not very familiar with coding and software engineering. One of the other components that attracts me to automotive engineering is the fact that they give you a chance to design some of the components of the cars, which can really help me problem solve, as when designing certain parts of the car, it's not just about cosmetics, as you really need to think about the aerodynamic implications of the design, or whether the design is practical. And if you're building a safe car built on safety like Toyota, whether the design is safe. It really gives it a challenge. Engineering is a very math-heavy job compared to others. However, compared to many jobs, as many calculations need to be made to have an accurate final product for whatever you're creating or building. One problem, I don't really have the greatest relationship with math right now. So hopefully I can improve in the future so that I can continue following my dreams in the future. To be completely fair though, I'm not even 100% sure what my real goals are at the moment. My plans can change at any time. I have some time left before I can leave college, and that means I can still consider what I think is best for my future occupation and what's best for me and how I learn. All I really have to do is be open-minded and follow my heart and what I believe will take me far in life. So thank you for listening.
And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing with love and gently serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing with light and gently serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. One more time.
Thank you so much, Joshua. Our final speaker today is Linda, and she'll be sharing a poetic reflection, a poem that illustrates and illuminates Beth Wood's question, what will you do with your one heart, this one life?
Hi, I'm Linda. I use she, her, hers pronouns. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Okay. I have my helper, Bruce, here because, yes, this is a poem. I wrote the poem part, and Libby Roderick wrote a wonderful song that will come up 3 times, and Bruce is going to help all of us pitch that and sing that as a kind of chorus to the 3 verses of my poem. Okay. The poem is entitled Lovable. As a kid, I was healthy and loved, but skinny and not seen as cool. You could see and count all my ribs. I was teased a lot at school. I ran fast in my sensible shoes, in my hand-me-down thrift shop clothes. For years, I didn't fit in, all knobby knees and aquiline nose. I'm so grateful for family support. With that tale of the ugly duckling, I learned to ignore the bullying 'cause my mom would smile and sing.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Oh, good. It's up there. That's good. My face grew into my nose. I look a lot like my dad. Let me share a bit of his story of a challenge my father had. My dad was a left-handed kid at a time when that wasn't allowed. They tied his left wrist to his desk, forced him to join the right-handed crowd. For some kids, that caused them to stutter. My dad was directionally confused. I can't understand why lefties were made to suffer such abuse. Lefties were seen as sinister just for using the opposite limb. Who cares which hand I prefer? I wish someone had sung this to him.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
I'm glad my dad's left-handed story can serve to help us remember how that difference was once a big deal. When will we say the same for gender? You could be male, you could be female. They may dress you in blue or in pink, but gender, like writing, is much more fluid, not as limited as you might think. Those of us who can use both hands can juggle and play expertly. And to those of us who are gender fluid, we celebrate and sing lovingly.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing with the light and gently serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing with the light and gently serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. One more time.
Thank you so much, Linda. Friends, let's take a moment now to breathe into all that has been gifted to us today, all that we have received. Thank you, Elizabeth Ann, Joshua, and Linda, for sharing your stories and blessing us with your wild and precious lives. We are truly, truly grateful. So while listening to today's moving reflections, we might have had thoughts, feelings, or images about our own lives come to us. We'd like to take a moment now to breathe into these experiences and to write them down so that we can carry them with us and tuck them into our hearts. Here in the sanctuary, you'll find paper hearts of various colors on the pews and a couple pens, and we invite you to write down any words, feelings, or images, symbols that came to you or that you're now thinking about. And for those at home, we invite you to either place your hand upon your heart or to grab a piece of paper and a writing implement to draw hearts and fill them in. Please join us in this exploration. Let the instrumental music guide you. Let the colored paper inspire you. Let us fill our hearts with our hopes, our dreams, our visions, and let us imagine and be with our wild and precious lives. A prayer. Spirit of life, eternal and gracious one, today we lift up our hopes, visions, dreams, and longings. May the inspiration and the love we experienced in this holy hour nourish and sustain each of our wild and precious lives. May we know that our lives continually call out to us. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? How do you want to love? How do you want your world to be? May we honor the answers that come to us. Amen, and blessed be. So now is the time when we collect our offering of financial resources for the good of this community. Ushers, please go ahead and start the passing of the plates here in the sanctuary. We know that there are many ways to give back to this congregation, and we encourage you to find a way that works for you. For giving of financial support, your money or checks put in the plate will be used to fund the ministries of this church. And any pocket change or other money that you designate change for change online or by putting them in the white envelopes in the pews will be sent to this month's selected Change for Change organization, UU Justice PA. More info is on your screen about how to give. And please know that if this is your first time with us, there is no expectation that you give anything other than a yellow contact form or letting us know how you found us and how we, this beloved community, can support you. The offering will now be gratefully accepted. As we get ready to extinguish our chalice and end our time together this morning, please remember to stick around for coffee hour and to chat with folks on Zoom. For more info, you can check the weekly newsletter that comes out on Thursdays, which shares what's going on in our community and worship schedules. And you can also see our website for more important updates. The words to extinguish our chalice, it becomes more, are by Amy Zucker Morgenstern and may be read or heard aloud as they are shared to your screen. When we take fire from our chalice, it does not become less, it becomes more. And so we extinguish our chalice, but we take its light and warmth with us, multiplying their power by all of our lives and sharing it with the world. Our closing hymn is number 128, For All That Is Our Life. Please sing along at home as loud as you will. Here in the sanctuary, please feel what feels right to rise or sit.
For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad.
Thank you all for being with us today. I want to invite everyone to conversation and fellowship after the service, and I'm going to recite our benediction for today, Go Boldly, by Jean M. Olson. May you be brave enough to expose your aching woundness and reveal your vulnerability. May you speak your deepest truths, knowing that they will change as you do. May you sing the music within you, composing your own melody, playing your song with all your heart. May you draw, paint, sculpt, and sew, showing the world your vision. May you write letters, poetry, biography, slogans, graffiti, the great novel, laying bare your words to love and hate. May you love even though your heart breaks again and again. And until the end of your days, may your life be filled with possibilities and courage. Blessed be, and amen.
Jim